I know this video will turn some of you into full-time musicians. I don't care if you just started playing music or if you've been playing music your whole life. The 3 habits I'm about to share with you I've been using since 2006, which is the last time I worked for a traditional job and was employed by a company. Since then I've been teaching music privately, playing in bands, and producing music. The first habit you need to focus on is consistent practice and skill development. You need to block out time daily, and I use Google Calendar for this, where I'll actually put in time blocks for my practice time and time for music production. For me, I like to do earlier in the morning for music production and composition. That's when my brain's fresh, and a lot of people say that's the best time for creative endeavors. And then again in the evening, I'll book another hour and a half in my schedule for guitar practice or piano practice. You should explore various genres and techniques to diversify your abilities. If you are a rock guitarist, for example, you should also practice classical piano maybe, or blues guitar, or country music even, just to kind of understand some of the techniques that are available that can be used in your own genre to get more creative in your pursuit of music production. And regularly track and set progress on your musical goals. In this generation of music, I think it's a great idea to release songs way more often than days in the past. You may want to release a song once every 2 weeks, and so that means you're going to have to be composing more often and getting things accomplished. But if you set that goal for yourself to release a song every 2 weeks, then you're going to have to really go for it to make it happen, and you're going to get a lot more music out and get a lot more eyes and ears on your art. The second habit you should try to develop is networking and collaboration. I remember back to the early days of my music career, I would look for bulletin boards at the music stores and connect with musicians who were putting bands together, and that landed me some interesting gigs, and I learned a lot from playing in bands with older people who had a lot more experience than me, and they taught me a lot. And then after that, later on, I entered guitar competitions, including Guitar Player magazine and Guitar World magazine and the Yamaha 6-string theory competition. So that's a great way to get some good experience, and I made a ton of connections through those as well. So get out there and make some connections, and now of course it's all online. There's a lot of ways to just do that from home on your computer, but playing in a cover band, for example, I've done that several times, and you'll make lots of connections that way, and then you can make more progress on your musical goals. Getting out of your comfort zone is also an important way to grow as a musician. I went from playing in rock bands and metal bands to country bands, and so I switched genres completely in order to get a taste for the music, the rhythm, and the social scene that goes with that. And the first band that I joined, we actually ended up in the Texaco Country Showdown competition, where we took first place in the Nebraska semifinals. So that went quite well, and then we went on to the finals in Minnesota, and we eventually lost there, unfortunately. But the learning experience from that was invaluable, especially coming from the rock genre and then trying to branch out and wearing a cowboy hat. So give that a try as well if you're trying to get out of a rut, if you're stuck in your musical creativity. Try something different, and then if you feel like coming back to rock, which I eventually did, rock and metal again, then you'll have these other elements to add to your musical creativity. The third habit you need to develop is self-promotion and business savvy. Self-promotion as a musician or artist in this generation is critical, right? You've got to get out there on all 4 of these major platforms: Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. What I do is I'll make one piece of content and I'll edit it on a video editor. That way I can then go and post it on these other social platforms without having to re-edit it once I go to upload. So that saves time once I make a piece of content to get it out everywhere. And depending on your business goals, you should have a personal website or a business website. If you're like me and you want to teach lessons privately, online, or in person at kjzmusic.com, you want to have your own website available so that you can get new customers, new students calling you from the Google Maps and from search engines. You need to learn some basic business skills like marketing. This is one of the toughest ones for musicians because with a creative mind, we just want to focus on writing music, producing music, or playing music in the band. Maybe you're learning cover songs. And marketing just is on the sidelines, right? We don't really want to do it, but it's a necessity. We've got to do it as musicians and artists these days. And the best way to do that is to read some books or to read some articles online. You know, use your Kindle and get some ebooks downloaded. and learn some things about marketing online and using social media in order to get your music and your art out into the world for people to listen to. Learn how to manage your finances. This is by far the most important out of all of the habits that I've discussed with you so far. You need to figure out how to manage your finances, because we're going to have ebbs and flows in this game, right? Especially if you become self-employed like me. The money comes and goes. It's up one month, it's down the next month. So you can't be real extravagant with your expenses. You know, you might have a great month and think, oh great, I'm going to buy a brand new Jackson guitar. Well, next month the money's not there and now you've got a problem paying the bills. So one of the tactics I've used, and maybe hard for some of you, and it takes discipline, is to be frugal with your money. When you have a great month, don't spend it until you see how next month goes. Alright, let's summarize the 3 key habits in this video. We've got consistent practice, networking, and self-promotion. If you've got any tips you'd like to add, leave them in the comments below, or any experiences you've had in your career. Let us all know. We'd love to hear it. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click that bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and check this video out next. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.